Good morning, it's Heidi from Roots and Culture and welcome back to my allotment plot. Today I've got a few jobs to do. I'm going to do a no dig attempt within the polytunnel and therefore I've got loads of cardboard to lay down, and I've got lots of compost to fill. The raised bed that we've made in here, which I will show you just now, but it is really hot, so I'm going to have to try and work quickly. So let's get into the video. We made this frame within the polytunnel itself. We could have just done no dig directly onto cardboard and just made a bit of a path, but I thought just for ease of access, and obviously when you've got little kids treading on things, I thought we would make a frame, well, a raised bed if you like, to just hold everything in and just obviously make a clear divide between the growing area. We finished the inside of the polytunnel off. We actually screwed the polytunnel cover onto some wood battens. I don't know if you can see just down here, because we had to tuck it under the metal frame, but it still wasn't secure enough, so we literally just made some tape, put some tape down and literally screwed through the tape with wooden battens just to hold it all and keep it taut, because you know when it's windy it goes a bit flappy, and it does a little bit, but it's much more taut and secure than what it was. So I've just put a little bit of cardboard there just to suppress the weeds before we started growing. But I am today going to lay down cardboard all around here. I've got the tape to take off it, which will take a good few minutes. Once that's done, I've got quite a few bags of compost to lay on top, and then we can just directly plant in. I bought a few more plants yesterday from a garden centre. I didn't know, you know, with it being mid-July now, if I would get fruits from, I've got some chilli peppers, sweet peppers, I think jalapenos, and well, they're Scotch bonnets, but I thought we'll try, we've got nothing to lose. They were pretty cheap, so I thought I'd buy some, and a couple more tomato plants. They all look a little bit yellow, which is a sign that they need feeding. They've probably been in these pots for way too long, so we'll stick them in the compost, and hopefully, look at this one, hopefully we shall get some fruits from these, which is really exciting. Right, so we're going to lay down the cardboard and hopefully it'll be enough to suppress the weeds, because we had a tarpaulin here, but underneath it when we took it off there was a lot of couch grass, bindweed, and also some brambles that were here from before. So I've done my best to sort of like rake it without digging too deep and get as many roots as possible. It's not possible to remove everything, so I'm going to have to use maybe 3 or 4 layers of cardboard just to sort of keep it at bay really. So yeah, here we go. I'm still on with this cardboard, and I think the worst bit of it is taking this off, but it needs to come off by any means, because if it doesn't it will not biodegrade and it'll just end up all in the soil, and the glue as well. If you can see any glue on the cardboard, just take it off. But yeah, I just wanted to say, all this, you know, wood, apart from the back, this bit here, there, I bought that from a builder's merchants because I couldn't find any, you know, any freebies. But hopefully that'll last, you know, the test of time. Whereas the wood for the raised bed is all been just salvaged. It's just all been reclaimed, and we just had enough on our plot to make this. So I'm glad we got a 3x2 polytunnel, because it was just enough. But I'm excited to get this finished, so I'm going to crack on. finished. That's one job done. Next is to fill the raised beds with compost. I've got some 60-litre bags. Yeah, I've got some 60-litre bags, so I've got hopefully enough. I'm just going to get on with it and get them filled up. This is really nice compost. And I like the name, it's called Mother Earth. Suits me down to the ground. So that must be about 5 or 6 bags. 6 bags. I've got to go to the dentist now, so I'll be back later on to finish off. So it's the day after the dentist and we're back just to complete this polytunnel once and for all. I think the weather's forecast to not be so good over the next few days, so I thought we'd strike while the iron's hot and get it done. We've managed to get a couple more bags of compost, well 3 to be exact, and we've just filled the raised beds, so it's done, ready for planting. But I thought before we plant the path, you know, the little path in the middle, we managed to claim some flagstones for free. We get a lot of stuff for free, so I thought we could do the pathway, because if we're going to be in and out it's going to get a little bit muddy. Do the pathway and then we'll plant the rest of our things. As expected, it is raining, but we have erected a path. And last job really is just to plant in, so I'll show you what we've done in terms of the path. So yeah, we've got one slab that, well, we had half a slab but it was slightly too short, so I found another piece which it's not perfect but it closes it nicely. And then we don't have a whole heap of mud when we're coming in and out, so I'm pleased with that. We'll tuck all the black in later on, make it nice and snug so the weeds keep out. So I brought from home some tomato plants. I've got 2 really large ones that are actually bearing fruit at the moment. I've got another small one which is also bearing fruit. It's a totally different variety, it's quite small. And then I've got some other ones, some smaller ones which have no flowers on at the minute. I'm hoping the heat inside this polytunnel will bring them on. And then I've got some peppers, some chilies. I've got, what else have I got? I don't even know what I've got. So I've got 2 big tomatoes and I think they're possibly the same variety. And the rest are small. I do have some fruit on this one which I didn't notice. I don't know if you can see them there. Some mini tomatoes and they smell lovely. So I'm going to put the big ones at the back and then just hopefully, because I'm thinking this polytunnel's got loads of room, but it hasn't. But any spare space, like I say, I'm either going to plant some seeds or if it's not too late, maybe try and buy some other plants like aubergines or something. If anyone's got any, give me a shout. I'm in Leeds, I'll come and collect. Big bit's been snapped off, sadly. It's had quite a lot of fruit on it, but I'm going to just plant it anyway and see if it'll come back, because sometimes with these little nodule things here, they'll actually sprout roots, so might be able to save it, we might not, but it's worth a try. Stick it it right in as far as I can get it. And I'll go and get something to prop it up, and I pray that it comes back, because it's a shame, isn't it, when it happens. And I'll give that a good feed. I'm hoping that it comes back. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. It's just one of them. Accidents happen. These things happen. But to give it the best chance, I think I'll give it a good feed and just keep watering it as much as possible. Hopefully the roots will spread out and take hold. Job is officially a good one. I'm very, very pleased with how this is coming along. Do you know what I mean? It's just when you start gardening and appreciating what you're growing, the happiness which you can experience is just beyond measure, to be honest. Speaking honestly, it's so satisfying. I'm going to leave it there inside the polytunnel, and the last job after I water is I'm going to plant my beans. I've got a few things to harvest. I've noticed a big courgette. I've got beetroot that possibly needs taking out, and I'll have a little look and see if there's anything else which I can take home. We've got courgette, look. Yay! Courgette to pick. That big flower there will turn into another one, hopefully very soon. Little tiny ones there. So that's going to get picked. Hi, say hello. Hiya. Yeah, you're waving. Look at these. Look at my sunflowers. My squashes are starting to flower. It's amazing, isn't it? Do you know, just in a few weeks of me planting these out, look at the size of them. Sweet corn are absolutely phenomenal. Oh, even my beans are doing alright. I planted some copper in there just to see if that electroculture would work. I think electroculture is when basically I think plants, if you put something like copper or some kind of metal as like a conductor, it's supposed to make the plants grow really big. Now that one is next to a bean, and the bean's not doing great, to be honest, whereas the one next to it, look at that, that must be 4 foot at least. So I'm not saying it doesn't work. I don't know if that one was one that I planted later actually, but it's worth trying these things because you never know. But yeah, look, me pumpkins, my squash, my sunflowers, it's all very exciting. Yeah. Look at my polytunnel. Claimed another composter. And I put that bunt in there to stop the birds. Once we tidy that bit up there, get rid of all that, it's just, some of it's rubbish. I'll reuse the compost bags for my compost at home, but if you can imagine, it's hard to imagine with all this mess, but if you can imagine, once we clear this bit, move that barbecue, all that is, you know, more growing space. That'll be done in the next couple of weeks, mark my words. I want to get this looking absolutely amazing. The carrots, look. Everything's just amazing. I'm really pleased. We're really pleased, aren't we? Yeah, and how does the food taste? Is it nice? Yeah? Nice? Exactly. I think it's nice as well. So lastly, I'm going to just plant these beans in. These are supposed to be the white kidney beans. So I don't know how tall they'll grow, but I'm just going to give it a go, see how they do. And that one there, by the looks of it, that one looks like a little, see, possibly a cucumber, but I'm going to put that in the polytunnel. And that's the polytunnel watered. What a difference, eh? What a difference from last week. Honestly, I do feel like I've achieved something. Definitely have this week. Oh yeah. We've come in the shed for a minute because it's coming down now outside. It's raining. I planted my beans in. I've harvested a courgette, our first one. We've watered the polytunnel. What else have we done? We've done everything that we set out to do today, and probably a bit more, to be honest. But because it's raining, I'm just keen to get home, really. I've got a few things to do, and Louie's got an exciting event this evening, so I want to just get home and prepare for that. But we've had a lovely time, haven't we? Yes, we have. And I'm just over the moon with how it's coming along. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.